Hello, this is Goku 4-1 here with a video about the Season 3 finale of Chuck. I've been a fan of Chuck ever since the very first episode. I like the show a lot. I've been watching the show since the beginning, unlike a lot of shows. I tend to be the guy who gets on the bandwagon to a show in its last season. Like Buffy. I started really watching Buffy and becoming a fan of Buffy mid-7th season. I started Charmed 5th season. I know that's not quite the end. I started Angel mid-4th season. So I start these shows right at the very end a lot of times. As I said in another video, I started Lost in its 5th season. Lost was different. Even though I did start right around the time before Season 5 began, I did catch the DVDs and catch up with the show before I started watching it. This will have spoilers, so any Chuck fans out there that is not caught up with this season, please stop watching this video unless you don't mind being ruined. I'm warning you, there will be spoilers. I will be talking about the end of Season 2, and I will be talking pretty much about the whole Season 3, or the majority of it. So, warning, this will have spoilers. They're not light spoilers, they are basically very, very big spoilers. So please be aware that there are spoilers. Now, before I get into the more details about Season 3 and what I liked, is Season 2 was a really good season, but the ending, I had guessed my theory on how the ending was going to be. I mean, I was wrong. I do make theories, and my theory was going to be that Morgan Grimes was going to get the intersect, and Chuck was going to be forced to be a spy to protect his friend. And I thought that was a pretty good idea, and I was so excited. And they went with the Intersect 2.0 idea, that he gets a better intersect. And Season 3 really made me like that. I did something really awesome with that. And I like what they did with that. And now on to Season 3. Season 3 started out very good. I liked it a lot. They introduced a lot of cool new characters. Shaw was this very interesting character, and it was the actor that came off of Superman the movie, and he played this spy role very well. And in Superman, he had to play a wimp. In this, he had to play this awesome, cool spy. And I really liked this character, and I thought they did a really good job with him. The Buy More in this season was more secondary. They really got away from the Buy More, and the Buy More to me in this season wasn't my favorite season for the Buy More, because it felt removed. It felt like, okay, we're going to see Lester and I can't think of the other guy, and their boss. I mean, basically it was just the center for them to get people together most of the time, other than having these side characters that I don't care about anymore. And they got up to this point where they were building up to, I thought, the natural conclusion. The season was about Chuck becoming a spy, and what happens, how do you become a spy, what's the process of it. Even though he failed this red test, it was still a very good idea of how they were doing this. And I liked a lot what they were doing with it. They were building up this story arc and this idea and this whole concept. And it was awesome, and I liked it a lot. And then we get to where I'm thinking the show is coming. Chuck is building up his spy team. He's going out of country to go on another long mission. And I was thinking, okay, they're ending the show. This is the natural ending. They're going to have one episode after this, and everything's going to end, and they're going to stop the ring, and this story that started with Season 1 was finally going to come to its natural end. And it was going to be a very good end, I thought. And then I found out there was not one more episode. There were quite a few more episodes to go. And I found out that this wasn't the end. They had rebuilt this entire story arc. And then we get to the actual ending. The actual ending I liked a lot. I liked it better than what I thought it was going to be. Because this is where all the mythology comes in. This is where you find out more about Chuck. You find out more about his family. Everybody now, his immediate family knows he's a spy now, is starting to learn about this. And you're getting to a point where now all our major characters are coming together. They had the wedding. That was awesome with Awesome and his sister. And the season was getting really... And then we got up to the last scene, and I'm thinking, yet again, they're ending it. He's no longer going to be a spy. Now, I had already known at this point they were having an additional 13 episode, but I don't know if they knew that at this time. And my understanding, they were building up to an end, because I think that at this point, I was thinking in my mindset, maybe they know they are ending this. So, Chuck's no longer a spy. His father's dead. It's reached its natural progression again, and this feels like the end. This feels like a great end. The only thing I thought they were going to do, they didn't, unless I'm mistaken. I don't remember every episode in detail, but I know that he was going to propose to Sarah. Chuck was. I don't know if he did. If he did, please leave me a comment below. Just telling me they did. Please not be rude. I don't remember every detail of every episode, but I'm not sure. And if they didn't, they should have in this episode. And then we get to the end. Okay, the message with his father. When he went into his pocket, I thought it was the wedding ring. As I said before, I might be mistaken. They might have already dealt with this. But it was the phone. He goes into his office, and then you find out that his father's been a spy. This whole big reveal, and I was thinking, I had went to the bathroom, and I had started to think about what I was going to say, and I did say to myself, if they make this natural, if they continue it in a good way, I'm fine with it. This is good. This is natural. This is what I want to see. I don't know how the show is going to survive with all these plot lines that they started with. Now a lot of them have closed. They've opened a couple new ones, but hopefully the show can survive. I know some shows die because they do something like this. Like a show I liked, Kyle XY, ended the show with a gargantuan cliffhanger. And the show ended, and the show is probably never going to be brought back. If they make a movie on that, I will definitely see that. And if anybody knows any information, yet again, leave a comment or a video response telling what you know. But shows get canceled without the end. Not many shows actually get a good farewell. I'm hoping Smallville gets one, but I like where they're going in Season 4, and I hope they do it well. And if they can continue the show indefinitely, if they can keep doing interesting things, and keep the story rich and film it, I'll keep watching it. I like this show. It's an action comedy, and this came out around the same time as Big Bang Theory, and I chose this over that show, and I think it's a better show. It's a parody off James Bond, but it's very good, and they make a lot of references to a lot of stuff. And I get most of the references in this. They made references to James Bond, of course. They do that almost every episode. They've made references to video games like Call of Duty. They made references to Back to the Future, Dukes of Hazzard. And I'm not even going to go and think of every reference they made, because they made so many different references throughout this. Batman the movie. The very first episode, they made a reference to that. And being a geek, or being a good nerd, I call myself a good nerd. I'm a hybrid. I'm such huge into video games, comics, and all this stuff, that I get a lot of these references, and I like the show because of this. And I can't wait to see Season 4. It's gonna be awesome, I think. And I really can't wait to see it. In closing, this was Goku4071. Please leave a comment or a video response. I'd love to hear what you think about the finale, and if you have any theories about what they're going to be doing with it. I can't wait to find out about his mother. Yeah, see you next time, YouTube.